The political stalemate continues in Taiwan over a service trade deal with the mainland China. Protesters opposed to the deal have vowed to escalate their, quote, war with the government, calling for a huge rally this weekend. Our Taipei correspondent Peggy Wang takes a closer look at why this deal is opposed by some in Taiwan.
Angry students outside Taiwan's government building are protesting the controversial cross-strait service trade agreement signed in Shanghai last year, for fear that jobs will be lost in Taiwan and some local small businesses could also be hurt.
If Chinese mainland workers are allowed in, they will pose a threat to this industry's workforce of more than 700,000 people. We can only accept this agreement if the Chinese mainlanders are only here to invest, but not if they allow workers to flood in.
If passed by the legislative body, the agreement would open 64 Taiwanese service industries to mainland investment while providing Taiwanese businesses with similar opportunities in the mainland. So far, Taiwanese businesses have invested $300 billion in the Chinese mainland, while Chinese mainland businesses have only invested $800 million in Taiwan. And while some Taiwanese fear the agreement, many industries, such as the publishing, banking, travel, and export industries, welcome the agreement and don't fear competition from the Chinese mainland.
We are confident in our world competitiveness. Surveys show that the quality, cost, and efficiency of our production is better than our Chinese mainland competitors.
Chen Jinglang, chairman of the Printing Association, says with consumers shopping online, Taiwan's printing industry has been shrinking. He says the service agreement would be welcome in the industry since the Chinese mainland market is expanding. Taiwan leader Ma Ying-jeou says the trade agreement will help Taiwan develop its service industry and help it compete internationally. Many legislators agree and are ready to vote in favor of the pact.
We think this agreement is very important, also very beneficial for the Taiwan business, especially for some sectors like financial sector, like banking, security industries. That's very important. Also, I think that's also good for small and medium-sized enterprise.
While there has been some resistance, Taiwan says that the cross-strait service trade agreement will only benefit Taiwan. And legislators say that it may bring up to more than 100 million US worth of business. And most industries are hoping that it will implement quickly. Peggy Wang, CCTV, Taipei.
While students and other groups continue to protest against the trade pact, supporters of the deal are also making their voices heard. The Kuomintang National Youth Federation plans to hold a carnation-themed rally on Saturday. That is their answer to the students who have called themselves the Sunflower Movement. Across the strait, the Chinese State Council Taiwan Affairs Office has been talking up the importance of the benefits of cooperation.
We have been closely watching what's going on. I think the push for more cross-strait economic activity is firmly aimed at being at the best interest of all people, including those in Taiwan. During the past 2 decades, cross-strait economic cooperation has been beneficial to people's living standards. Looking toward the future, I think all will agree that cooperation brings mutual benefit, while confrontation brings mutual harm.
The Service Trade Pact was signed last June. The agreement opens up 80 of the mainland's service sectors to Taiwan and 64 of Taiwan's back to the mainland. They also include tourism, transport, construction, telecommunications. It is also one of the several follow-up agreements to the Economic Cooperation Framework Agreement signed in 2010. That pact is intended to reduce tariffs and barriers between the two. Taiwan exporters enjoyed $1.3 billion worth of exemptions of duties and taxes during the 3 years of the deal. Taiwan's service sectors account for 70% of the economy, while the Chinese mainland is trying to boost its service industry to help growth.